Hey, this is Chris Byer.
Hey, this is Chris Bowling.
We're CB Squared. Today we wanted to let you get to know us a little bit better, walk away a little bit from the business conversation, and talk about some of our background in sales, which today will be our funniest or most memorable sales story, something to make everybody laugh when they hear what we've done in the past. So, Chris, you've been in sales in the insurance industry since college. So I'm sure you have many stories that we would all laugh about. But what comes to mind is one that will always stick out to you that was one of the funniest.
Boy, it was 2014. It was when the Affordable Care Act really got its legs. And, obviously it was passed in 2010, took 4 years to really figure it out. And so me and Matt Wilson, who would be our property casualty person on that side of the house, Matt says, hey, let's go out and see one of my largest clients who absolutely is going to be impacted by the Affordable Care Act. And I had just got done with my PPACA certification. So I was full of knowledge, I knew it all. And so we show up and that phrase, just show up and throw up. And that's pretty much what I did. Is as soon as he said, hey, I want to introduce you to Chris Bowling, he's going to really talk about how the Affordable Care Act is going to impact, your business. It's going to impact your health plan. Man, I went on just a rampage. I mean, I was saying this is how it's going to affect your plan. This is, HR, just be prepared. You're going to have all these new forms. And I mean, I did not shut up for 30 minutes. And, and what was so funny was the entire time that I was talking, like the people's body language didn't move. I mean, it's like they were
just
30
deer
minutes.
in headlights, frozen by the word.
So I'm like, man, I am hitting it on all cylinders. I mean, look at them. I mean, they're just stunned of all the stuff that's going to happen. And, and we're here to help you through it. And I finally took a breath after 30 minutes. And the CFO goes, you are one scary man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, and I can totally see that too. I mean, you paid for your certification. You had all the new letters behind your name. It was time to talk about it. And,
oh, man. Yeah, I was like, well, that's not the response I was going for.
You're one scary man. That's
I
awesome.
am one scary man. So to say the least, they did not hire us. And I scared the heck out of them.
Oh.
And, it's just, that's probably one of those stories that is still talked about today. Whenever I go into a room with Matt Wilson, he's like, and here comes the scary man. So how about you?
So I'm going to take mine in the Wayback Machine, go back to when I was 5 or 6 years old. And
wow.
I was going to go out on sales calls with my dad. He sells in the agricultural industry. So we would spend a lot of time in combines, on tractors, meeting in machine sheds, as he was selling oil, grease, those things to the farms. And I remember at that age, I'd gotten my little hat, my jacket, my little briefcase. I mean, I was set. So I would go out and be the little sales rep. And I remember he had set up a deal that if we made a sale, I would get paid some of the commission. And so I don't know if it was, if we sold $100, I'd get a quarter or something like that. But to me,
wow.
5 or 6 years old, we're going to go make this happen. And I'll never forget, we were at this farm and in the machine shed talking with the farmer. My dad has known this customer for years. So, really close relationship. And he said, sure, take down this order. I don't know if it was a 55-gallon drum of oil or a couple cases of grease, whatever it was. I just started cheering and yelling and high-fiving my dad because we just got there. And I'll never forget just how excited I was. And then I kind of got pulled back down when my dad was like, okay, just relax a bit. And we got back into the car, and he's trying to explain to me, you can't celebrate when you get the sale because you've got to take care of your customer. Of course, we had a really gracious customer who knew our name. Oh man, I mean, it was as high as you could be when you get the yes, to as low as you could be when you realize you stepped in it. So, I think in both those situations, it's us just in the moment, and things happen. There's many stories like that, I'm sure, for both of us.
I love it. You know what's funny about that is makes you wonder, as children we don't have a filter, right?
Right.
And it would just make you wonder, what would a client actually think if you celebrated that? Because
Yeah.
yes, internally we are jumping up and down and we are giving each other high fives, but we've got to keep this professional,
Reserved.
attitude. But yeah, I just love it, because one of these days you and I should just do that and just figure out how that would impact the client. Yes.
High five. Just high five and start jumping around yelling. I think maybe that's next on the agenda.
They'll probably ask us to leave.
Yeah, we'll be the scary men, both of us.
That's right. They'll be like, those two were desperate, desperate for a sale.
Yes, I mean, it's just funny how both of us have learned so much, in sales from our families being in that, and how much it's important, like I said, to get to know your client, to have that relationship. Right. But then, again, we're still learning. I think that's the other thing. Even in this point in our career, we're still going to make those mistakes. We're still going to have those issues that pop up. But hopefully, we're doing a little bit better as we go through, not scaring people too much and not cheering when we get into
yes.
So,
yes.
Anyway, hopefully everybody enjoyed a little bit more about CV Squared, some of our background. Enjoyed sharing that with you today. Thanks so much.
Great. Thank you.